Welcome to the Sportscast. Welcome to the Sportscast, January 26, 2021. If you haven't yet, please subscribe in all our channels, YouTube, twitch.tv, Twitter, and Apple Podcasts. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please leave a rating and a review. It will help us out tremendously. And also visit our website, thesportscast.net. Also get our app, The Sportscast for iOS. This past weekend was excellent. A lot of touchdowns, way different from a week ago. Now we know Championship Sunday is between the Niners and the Rams and the Bengals at the Chiefs. And today is a big show. We got Aaron Bernstein from Sports Talk 101, Jeff Jishnak from Canada, Cowboys fan, and Kevin Tyree, Miami Dolphins, but very objective in the NFL. Welcome to the Sportscast.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me.
Let's start with Jeff, a man that knows his football and knows his Cowboys. What were your thoughts over this weekend's past games, and which game did you like the most?
Well, I think it had to be the Kansas City Buffalo game. I think they got better as each game went along. I think, each game, if you watch them in succession, I think they just got better and better. I think that was probably the best game. Did it have the right outcome? I guess we're going to debate that today. I think it just proves that the young quarterback, the young kids are the future. And I've said this before, possibly not on this network, but if you're a quarterback and you're over 35, go home, get out, leave, get away. Yeah, you're just, like at the beginning, watching Ben out there, it's like just sad watching Ben out there and Tom and you know what? Yes, I know they love to play and I love all of that, but it's a young man's game and the young kids, even Matthew, he's getting up there. This is his one shot. So, this might be his one and only shot at a Super Bowl. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how that turns out, but it's definitely a young kid's game. And Josh and Patrick are going to be doing this for the next decade. I think it's going to be them and for the next decade at least, right?
And everybody else.
And everybody else.
Do you put Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes as along the same lines of the back and forth between Brady and Manning back in the early days?
Yep. I do.
That's
and going back over the last 30, 40 years. Yeah, going back for the last 30, 40 years, there was always, there was Joe Montana and Troy in the early 90s, right? Battling it out, in the NFC championship games. Yes, it's going to be these two. May not always be in the championship game just because of how, this year things didn't line up that way. I think that would have been a better championship game. Taking nothing away from Cincinnati. I'm taking 0 away from Cincinnati. And I've said this to people. You know what? I need to see more from Joe. I need more body of work. And I said this about Patrick in his first year when he took him to the championship game and lost. And I'm like, I just need to see more. I've seen now his body of work. Okay, that's fine. Same with Josh. It's not that I wasn't a believer. I just want a more body of work. Joe, he was injured last year, so you could write that off. He had a good year this year. Can he keep doing this? Can he keep progressing, and can he keep bringing his team to divisions and into to the games? Great. Let's see what happens.
Let's go to Kevin Tyree, a man that had good predictions. How was your predictions last weekend? Were you correct?
3-1, 3 seconds from 4-0 for the San Francisco game.
Oh, so you picked the Packers over the Niners?
Yeah.
I think
I figured, San Francisco's a warm weather team. They're going into that cold. I was wrong on that one. But
I don't know if you were wrong. I don't know if you were wrong, but Green Bay's special teams just pooched it.
Yeah, I know with that block. Yeah, that block kick. Yeah, it was terrible.
Their special teams just pooched the whole game.
So, yeah, but all the games were amazing, man.
Again, every loss you blame the quarterback. That's Aaron's.
Yeah, of course. They get all the praise.
That's Aaron's rule. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it's Josh Allen's fault that they lost the game.
No, that was a coin toss.
They scored too quick with 13 seconds.
They let it wasn't Josh Allen's fault on that loss. That was
it totally was. Too much. Totally was Josh Allen's fault. A, you say it's always the quarterback's fault. B, right. Who called it? Who called heads? Who called heads? Aaron. Who called heads? Aaron. Who called heads?
Just the quarterback. The quarterback did.
If Josh Allen had called tails, I rest. And again, those you always say it's always the quarterback's fault.
That's crazy.
All right, let's go to Kevin. Which game excited you the most? And first, your overall recap of the weekend, and which game really excited you the most?
Well, all the games were amazing. Come on, we haven't seen a championship, a weekend of games like that, and I don't remember. And the game that stood out, of course, the Kansas City game. Dude, Buffalo, their defense. Come on, man. You got 13 seconds and you playing prevent. Come on, man. Come on, man. You got to get up on them. Get up on them, man. You got 13 seconds. Come on. 13 seconds with 3 timeouts. You can't just lay back like that. But it was great. It was great football.
It was great overall. Let's go to Aaron Bernstein. Obviously, everyone's picking the Chiefs and Bills. Was that your favorite game? And what did you think about the weekend overall?
I mean, it was a fantastic overall. All of them were great. The Chiefs Bills was fun. It was back and forth. I personally liked the Niners Packers game because it was more defense. Special teams cost them, the Packers, but it was fun to watch Rodgers fall apart and then just walk off the field sulking because without even bothering to go on the field and shake a hand at the end of the game. But that's the style. I like defensive battles, and that's what it was. It was back and forth.
There were people on the internet that thought it was boring. Because if there isn't 1,000 points scored, they find it boring. Your defense wins you championships.
There was a Super Bowl. The Brady had a Super Bowl like that, and I loved it. I'm old school, so that was fantastic. That was my favorite game out of all of them.
Defense.
I will say though, I was impressed with the Bills. I was impressed with the Bills game because you look at the point total. That was 78 points. That's a lot between two teams. Mm-hmm. They had over half of the points that the other 3 games had combined. I was just like, God, that's a lot of points. Now, I know that's why people like watching the game now is because they like to see that crap. I'm more the low score game, defense wins, fighting in the trenches type stuff, and that's what we saw.
Mm-hmm.
And Jeff, Rodgers throwing his tantrum.
Jeff is still down over the loss against the 49ers.
Look, anytime Aaron Rodgers loses is a win for me because I cannot stand him.
Arrogant. Very arrogant.
Yeah.
Right. Let's go to Championship Sunday. Bengals at the Chiefs. A young Bengals team that beat the Titans by 3 points. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are definitely having a fantastic season, also postseason. We'll start with Jeff. What are your thoughts over this game? I know the Chiefs are favorited big time to win it. Is there something the Bengals can do to slow them down and maybe win it?
Don't let Joe Burrow get sacked 700 times like he was in that game. How many times was he sacked
9.
in the game?
9.
You can't if you can't do that. Not in a not in a championship game. I'm surprised. They lucked out. I think. They gotta not give up that many sacks and penalties. You can't win by giving up that many. Giving sacks, that many penalties. So it doesn't matter who he is. It doesn't matter if he's got Jamar Chase and he's got T. Higgins, and it doesn't matter if he's running for his life or if he's always behind the chains. If he's second and long and third and long, they gotta do something to protect the kid.
Aaron Bernstein, what are your thoughts over this game? Who's favorited? And back to the Bengals. Do you think they have a chance to possibly slow the Chiefs down?
I totally think they have a chance. This is the NFL. Every team has a chance every given Sunday. It doesn't. I mean, I think if they can put pressure on Mahomes, they can shut down some of his weapons. Of course they have a chance. The biggest issue is protecting Burrow. I agree with Jeff on that. You can't let your quarterback get sacked 9 times in a game and expect to win. They got lucky with that win, but they've got to protect him, or he's just gonna be another Sam Darnold, and he is 10 times better than that kid was. But I think they have a chance. Him and he has the connection with Jamar Chase. He had that in college. It's just carrying over. They're just picking up where they left off when they were in college, and that's going to be the key. I think that will help. They just got to protect Burrow, run the ball, and the defense has just got to be able to slow Mahomes down. That's the biggest thing. Don't give him time. Don't leave holes open for him to run, because we obviously know that he can run. That's the other issue. So I think they have a shot at it.
Kevin Tyree, does the Bengals have a chance to beat the Chiefs in Kansas City?
Hey, all of those are NFL players, man. Anything can happen. We saw that last week, you know. I don't know much about the Bengals, but I know they're a tough underdog team that is believing in themselves, you know. So that's scary. But Mahomes, bro, that dude there is special, man. I don't know whatever they paid him, he's worth every penny of it. Because he does things on the field. It's like you say, he runs, he throws the ball in awkward positions, he throws across his body, which you're not supposed to do.
I think it helped him growing up with his dad being a pro baseball player and being around all those athletes and all that stuff from a young age, right?
That sidearm throw that he does it scares me. But it's so accurate, which is what disgusts me at the same time as amazes me.
That's that baseball. That's that baseball background all that time. You know, look at Steph Curry. Steph Curry, you know, when his dad played in Toronto, his dad played all over. He was surrounded by that, right? And I think a lot of it rubbed off, which is why Steph Curry is so good, right? So I think, and again, taking nothing away, the last thing I want to say about Cincinnati is I just hope that this stage isn't too big for them yet. Right? Kansas City's been there, done that. They know what to do. These guys have to wake up on Sunday, and it's championship Sunday. It's all those lights. Is the stage going to be just too big for them? And will they get behind the chains and not be able to catch up? Now, in another couple of years, if it's them again, then that's a different story. They've got more experience. They've been there. Right. That's my worry, is that the stage just may be just
sometimes you have to go through that, though. You know, you have to go through that those phases. You know.
Yes, 100%.
You have to go, you have to get that feeling of getting to that point and Mahomes then losing, and then you don't want to feel like that next season. So motivates you, you know.
Mahomes did that. He lost the first year. Right. Came back the next year even stronger. Right. So again,
I think that the benefit that Mahomes has is he doesn't have to face Tom Brady, who he's 0-2 against.
Nobody wants.
That's the one benefit he's got.
Yeah. So, anyways, I just hope the stage isn't too big for them. You know, I know they run the big stages in college. I understand that.
Yeah, it's different.
It is different. It is different. But I'm just saying, yes, he's played in front of those He's played in front of the big crowds. So I'm not worried about that. But this is the NFL. This is a little different. There's a lot more lights. There's a lot more spectacle to championship.
I think it's bigger for the Bengals than anybody else. They've never been here.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Let's think with Aaron. This Chiefs team. Do you think they're comfortable? Do you think they have a lot of confidence coming into this? Will this be easy?
Hands down. I mean, their confidence has got to be. 4 years in a row they've been in this position at home in this game for 4 straight seasons. Andy Reid, I swear, and I said this Tuesday, I think the guy pisses excellence on a daily basis after eating Wheaties, because he's done this with 2 teams already. With the Eagles 4 times, and with the now with the Chiefs. I mean, he's basically I asked Ray this on Tuesday night. I said, when do we put Andy Reid on the level of GOAT for head coaching?
You can't.
We can't until he gets the championships.
The NFL is championships. Now, he's been to a lot how many Super Bowls has he won? 1? He won 1, right?
Yeah,
I believe so.
Well,
Yeah.
he'll never be
That was-
compared
yeah.
to Belichick. Even though
And that's unfortunate. And that's unfortunate because look what he did. He built he built a winning team with the Eagles. He went to the Chiefs. He's done the exact same thing. That's unfortunate, but I don't think that they are concerned. I think they're looking at it because obviously, how many people really thought the Bengals were going to be in the AFC Championship from the beginning of the season, even to the end of the season? I rooted for them because I like Burrow, and I was picking them as the underdog to win it all the way. But in reality, I think Andy Reid is the best one to keep his team ready to go for this, and make sure that they aren't going to be shocked or do something that the Bengals can capitalize on.
Now, Aaron, you did predict a couple of weeks ago Bengals will go to the Super Bowl. Do you think this prediction can live up?
Oh yeah, I do. I'm still going Bengals in the Super Bowl. I think they're going to shock everybody and end up in the Super Bowl.
I think San Francisco and the Bengals will be a great Super Bowl.
And remember, we've seen this before. These road team underdogs, because the Giants did it twice. Giants did it two different occasions with Eli. So, and I'm not putting Eli on the same or Joe Burrow on the same pedestal as Eli Manning. I think Joe Burrow is going to be better than Eli. But I'm just saying, if you look at the Giants were an 8-8 team on the road the entire playoffs and made it all the way to the Super Bowl against all odds. I never expected them to make it, let alone win, and they did it twice. So I'm still rooting the Bengals are going to make it. I don't know. I have my thoughts on who I'd like to see them face.
Let's finish off with Jeff. Your thoughts on Bengals going to Super Bowl? What Aaron just said, or you just think there's just no chance.
Well, there's always a chance, like Aaron said. It's the NFL. Anybody, any given Sunday, just ask the Colts. Just ask the Colts. Just ask the Colts. So you want so you're thinking 40 years later, Cincinnati. It could be a Cincinnati, San Francisco Super Bowl. That would make Collinsworth very happy, especially if Cincinnati was able to win. Maybe they would make him an arbitrary, honorary captain or something for that game, just so he could maybe get a ring or, 40 years later. That would be interesting. That would be the NFL can sell that 40 years later. Right. Because the 82 Super Bowl was Cincinnati and San Francisco with Collinsworth and that. So I guess anything is possible. My prediction early on was Bills and Cowboys, obviously in the Super Bowl. I was standing by that. If Josh Allen didn't lose the game for them, then we'd be talking about them right now. So I can't see them beating Kansas City. Even I think we talked about it early on in the season when they were in this the slump. I'm like, no, they're still going to be there because it's Mahomes, it's Kelsey, it's it's just no.
Too many weapons. I got too many weapons.
All right.
Yeah. It just and that overtime and that even the last couple of minutes and 13 seconds left, Josh Allen blew the defense because again, Aaron, it's always the quarterback's fault when the team loses. Always Aaron's rule. So I just can't see. Not yet. Not this year. Maybe in another year or two, get some experience, get some stuff under their belts. Maybe. I can't see Cincinnati doing it this year, especially if they can't. Burrow's running for his life and getting sacked 700 times.
All right, let's go to the next matchup later on Sunday night. Niners at Rams. Niners coming off a huge victory in Green Bay against the Packers. Rams as well, beating the Bucs and Tom Brady by just 3 points by a field goal. These two teams, are divisional rivals. Niners have beat them twice this past season. Both, obviously in San Francisco and LA. Niners beat the Rams 31-10 in week 10. Then in week 17, 27-24 in overtime. Let's start with Kevin Tyree. Niners are 2-0 with the Rams so far. Can they do it again in a bigger stage?
No, I'm going with LA. I think that defense is gonna step up. I think Aaron Donald is gonna have a great game, and what's the other guy's name? Von Miller.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna
huge asset.
He's on his last leg, but he's still better than most.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's just Stafford. I think it's his time. Like you say, I think this is his last chance to win a Super Bowl because I think this is it for him. And San Francisco, they're a hard-nosed team, gritty, good defense, but I don't think they have enough. If they shut down Debo, I think his name Debo Samuels.
Correct.
That's him.
Yeah,
that is his
name.
They
shut him down. I think that's it. They're going to be, they're not going to be able to. They don't have enough. I don't think.
Let's go to Jeff. Kyle Shanahan has outcoached Sean McVay in each of those games. Will things be different, or do you see the Rams overcoming this Niner, not curse, but this little hump they need to take care to go before they go to the Super Bowl?
I worry about Stafford and his interceptions. He's thrown too many interceptions for my liking. So I've got a feeling, well, who knows? He may throw, he's thrown some untimely. I think it's going to come down to whomever has the ball last. I think it's going to be the last few plays of the game, under 2 minutes, the 2-minute drill. I think it's going to come down to something, and it could be, Stafford throwing an interception. It could be Stafford throwing a touchdown to OBJ. The Rams went all in this year, getting Stafford, getting Von Miller, getting OBJ. They went all in. It's Super Bowl or bust for them, right?
Yeah.
But I just worry about Stafford throwing not that he's going to misread, but they could disguise something and he doesn't see, or it's a tip drill, or it could be he marches him down the field at the end of the game and fires a rocket into OBJ to win the game. It's whoever has the ball last, and I don't know who to pick. It's too. I don't know what the line is.
Gotta pick somebody, man. You gotta pick somebody.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna. You know what?
We can wait till the end of the show. Actually, so
I'm gonna pick the hometown team.
Let's go to Aaron Bernstein. The Niners. You've seen it. Ray's pretty excited. He thinks that they're gonna go to the Super Bowl. There is a chance. On paper, they have the Rams already. Can they do it again?
Yeah, on paper, that's true. The problem that they have is their quarterback. Jimmy loves to shine, and then Jimmy likes to just say, let's make the stupidest play ever, and just throw. He got the fact that they're even in the NFC Championship alone is I think it's dumb luck. They got lucky. Two games. They should have lost the Packers game. They got lucky with the first game against the Cowboys. They've been lucky, and I don't see, you can't get to the Super Bowl on luck alone. That just doesn't happen. Yes, they've got Deebo Samuel. They've got a defense, but they've also got a bonehead quarterback that can make those interceptions, and that's what'll kill that chance. The Rams, their X factor is Stafford, who's never been on this level. Now he played fantastic last week. He played fantastic against the Bucs. Spectacular performance. The defense is there. He's got weapons though. You got Kupp. You've got Odell. You've got all of these players. So I think they have the chance as well. If it comes down to a field goal, which I could see this one doing, I worry the Niners might actually win it because you've got Robbie Gould. They've got Robbie Gould, who is perfect in the postseason. He's never missed a field goal in the postseason. 20 for 20. That's the biggest. That's the key for the Niners. If they can keep the score relatively close and get to the final seconds where a field goal wins it, they have a strong shot at making it.
I want to stick with Aaron. What are your thoughts about Garoppolo, Jimmy G? You think he's not as under pressure like Matt Stafford is?
He's under just as much pressure.
He's playing for his next team. He's playing for his next team.
Yeah, he's advertising himself to be who he's going to get shipped off to. I don't care if he wins the Super Bowl. He's still going to get sent. He's not going to be there next year. Nick Foles won a Super Bowl, and then left. The Eagles. Granted, there was other issues why he started in the Super Bowl, but Jimmy is not. Their Niners aren't sold on Jimmy. I like I said, the offensive line better protect him because he's going to get killed. The Rams defense is Donald's going to just tear him apart if he can get through there.
He's a beast.
Von Miller will be the same. If you want to see, let's see if Jimmy can run. He's going to need to because Donald and Miller will eat him alive. And then you still got on the outside. You got Jalen Ramsey on the outside. The Rams have a great defense. The offense is phenomenal as well. They have, and they're hungry. That's my thing. I've been saying this from the get-go with the Rams, why they keep winning in the postseason. They're hungry. They got that fire. They want to get to the Super Bowl. And I think they have the shot. And the Niners are relying on a lot of it is luck and Robbie Gould's foot.
Jeff Jiznak, Jimmy G, your thoughts? Can he take this team to the Super Bowl?
I think they need to. I think they need to throw in a few little packages with Trey Lance just to mix it up.
Really?
Yeah. They got him if he's healthy to play. If he's bring him in for a little something. I don't know what that little something is, but just mix it up. Just the Raiders would bring in Marcus Mariota for a little something, right? So. Bring them in and do a little option or do a little, do a little something, but just bring them in, get them a little experience on the field and just because if the Rams are expecting Jimmy the entire game and now you sprinkle in a little, even if he just hands it off, fine. But now you know what? Oh shit, he's actually there. They could actually bring him in some other time. You know what? I think they should. I think they should bring him in just to have a few little plays, a little package, a little something. What do you think?
On a wrinkle.
What
Yeah,
do you think about that, Kevin?
Even if he just hands it off to the running back, okay. But you know what? Now they have to go. Oh crap, he could come in. No, now they gotta maybe try to scheme. If he comes in again, what's he gonna do? Is he just gonna take off? How many times did Josh Allen just snap the ball and just take off? They were just designed little runs.
Well, I could see him doing that. They already do that. You don't. That's that's what they do with Deebo Samuel because you don't know what the hell he's going to do. You don't know if he's going to run the ball or catch the ball. Mm-hmm. He's a dual threat. Yep. I could see him doing that, something similar like the Saints used with their quarterback system when they had when Breeze was in, and they would pull in another quarterback and shake things up.
Yeah, and then if they win, now whoever they're facing now has to spend time practicing and looking out for that and watching the film and wasting time when they may never do it again, right? Other people on this network have, would criticize my Cowboys for weird, stupid plays that didn't work, and I go, but now it's on film. Now it's on film, and now the other teams have to now watch for it. And they have to practice, and they got to waste time now having to defend, and we may never call that play ever again, ever in the history of life. But teams are going to go, oh, but they could. Oh, but they could. Like if we had won the game, now the special teams would have to practice in case we decide to throw it on third down, right? Or we were doing the hook and ladder. Now, again, throw something in there. And if you do win. Now, whoever they face has to spend time. Mr. Tyree, what do you think about that?
I agree with you. That takes me back to the I'm a Dolphin fan, of course.
Of course.
The Wildcat.
Yeah.
The Wildcat had never been seen before. They did it in college, I guess, but not in the NFL at that level. Yeah. And then when they did it and it was successful, now, like everything else in the NFL, copycat.
Copycat league. So everyone starts doing it.
They had to start scheming for that stuff, But Garoppolo, I've never been a big fan of his, man. I think he's just mediocre at best. And like you said,
he hasn't done much, right, Aaron?
Look.
No, he's just he's a carbon copy of Kirk Cousins or Rex Grossman.
Yeah,
he's a placeholder.
Big money.
Exactly.
They get big money. They get big money.
I will have to highlight what Aaron said, Jeff. The Niners got lucky with the Cowboys. How you feel about that?
No, the Cowboys killed themselves with the penalties. It was the penalties that I have, and sure, I've been critical of the referees, and there was some stupid plays, but It was the penalties, the number of the number of holding plays that Dak had, the encroachment plays that Dak had, because again, everything that goes wrong is the quarterback's fault.
You say that Dak had. I'm like, what?
Yeah, yes, because everything that goes wrong with the team is the quarterback's fault. That's Aaron's rule.
And the
you
owner.
know how there's Murphy's Law. You know how there's right. So it's Aaron's rule. Anything that goes wrong is the quarterback's fault. So those encroachment penalties that
was
Dak
Jerry
had,
Jones' fault.
That Dak
Jerry
had,
Jones' fault.
You know what? I think I said. You know what? Jerry has put good players on the field,
but
at the end of the day, I tweeted with somebody, a Green Bay fan, on Sunday when he was critical of the special team coaches, and I said, at the end of the day, is it not the player that had, like, you can coach, you can do this, you can do that, you can do all sorts of things, you can bring the damn horse to water, but at the end of the day, if they're going off sides, if they're missing a tackle, if they're missing an assignment, you can beat it into them. But if the player just doesn't do it, is that the coaches? Is that the GM? Is like I said to him, I said, like Belichick, do your damn job. And if you can't, then so is it, is it Jerry's fault that the number of penalties? Like, Jerry over the years has put good players on that field. And for whatever reason, they just didn't execute. And so, yes, I know it's all Romo's fault. 100%. Every loss we ever had is because, again, Aaron's rule.
No, he played though.
So, so did they get lucky? No, the Cowboys shot themselves in the foot with all the penalties. If you're always at second down, 2nd and 20, 3rd and 20, if you're always behind the chains, you can't, we had several big, huge completions, and then there's a stupid holding penalty. So instead of now having a big gain, now we're 2nd and 20 or 1st and 20. You can't win a game like that.
All right. Well, that is our short predictions. Let's go to our score predictions for this Sunday, Championship Sunday. Let's start with Kevin. Cincinnati at Kansas City. Give us a score.
31-21.
KC? For Kansas, right?
Yes, Kansas City.
Okay. Aaron Bernstein, final score. Cincinnati at Kansas City.
31-28, Cincinnati.
He's sticking with his original prediction.
Ride it out.
Ride or die.
There you go.
Jeff Jishnak, you got the tiebreaker.
I can't go against Kansas City. They just got too much experience at the moment. At the moment, I'm going. All right, it's experience. I'm going with that. Score wise, I think it's going to be a shootout. I think it's going to be like 42-39 or something along those lines. It's going to be a high score. It's going to be a high scoring game.
As exciting as the Bills.
Yeah.
All right. Raise in the chat. Niners, baby. How about them Niners? So far, positive stuff. Let's go to the next one. Niners at the Rams. We'll start with Aaron. What's going to happen there? I think I know who's going to choose.
I'm going to say 38-24 Rams.
Wow, going against his co-host, but I don't blame him. I know the Rams are hot right now. Let's go to Jeff. Jeff, what's going to happen in SoFi? Niners at Rams. Jimmy G against Stafford.
I think it'll be the Rams. 28-24.
28-24 Rams. Okay, no one's picked the Niners yet. Would it be Kevin?
No, Rams.
31-24. 31-24 Rams.
My co-host picked the Niners, so
yeah. Which
score there? Tell us the score.
Ray, tell us the score over the chat. Vet Aaron sucks. Boo, F you, Aaron. Chiefs and Niners in the Super Bowl.
Look,
how about the Niners?
I want the Rams to win it, but I could very easily see the Niners sneaking in there, and I think if they get in, it's going to be a field goal. I think Robbie Gould's going to be the reason they get in.
Yeah, which will be quite interesting.
I wouldn't be upset, and honestly, I'm torn because I wouldn't be upset with either of any of the 4 teams that are in this. I would be okay with seeing any of them in it. Well, look, Ray's got it back up.
Mr. Byron Jones from the Jersey Boys Sports Talk picks the Niners, so it'll be Chiefs and Niners. So that's something that could happen. Byron has picked Cincinnati over Alabama. This is a little bit more doable though. So, and Ray says Rams 23, Niners 26. Interesting.
I think that's, like I said, I think if the Niners win, it's gonna be because of Robbie Gould kicking a field goal to send them to the Super Bowl.
Well, the column he has the
26.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's so he's thinking 3 touchdowns, a field goal, and a safety, or it could
he missed the extra point.
A couple of extra 4 touchdowns, missed a couple.
Which just
of extra
happened
points.
before.
Yeah,
missed a couple, but with Robbie Gould.
Yeah,
I think Matt Gay
or a whole couple of touchdowns and a bunch of field goals.
They won't be putting up 26 points.
And then the Rams getting 23 again. A lot of safeties. Ray's thinking 2 safeties in this game. Just trying to figure out how he came to those numbers.
Okay, Super Bowl prediction.
There's his cheat. I could see that also, though.
Yeah, I like that one. That's decent.
You know what? I do like Cincinnati. I like the storyline behind 40 years later, Cincinnati 49ers. The NFL could really sell that and milk it, right? You know me. The
NFL's all about making money, anyways. So that
I've said this before. I'm all the NFL is all about. I'm all about storylines. I'm all about how the NFL can sell it, which is why I said months ago I thought it would. The refs would figure out a way to make it to be Tom versus the Patriots. But 40 years later, the Bengals and 49ers again. The Bengals bring Chris Collinsworth as an honorary captain, bring him out for the coin toss.
Tell him to suit up,
Maybe have him suit up.
Sign him to a 1-day contract.
Get him to suit up.
Ray said Stafford gets dropped by Bosa.
That's the 2 point. That's the 2 point. Okay, guys.
The game is on NBC, so he will be there. Right, the game is on NBC, so I could see him, him down on the field for the coin toss, and then running back up to the booth to be with Al or whoever he's in the
Chris
booth
Collinsworth.
With. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, there you have it. So far, in consensus, everyone.
Stafford getting stuffed by Bosa in the end zone. Sure. Okay.
Yeah, that could happen. That could be a safety, and then so people are so pretty much. An average putting together, it'll be a Kansas City Chiefs Rams, which is I think in general public they'll probably select that. But looking at the I believe what I can tell from this is that the Niners have a better shot than the Bengals, right? To make it to the Super Bowl.
So. Yeah.
I have a question because I'm Canadian. I don't know these things. Is there any truth to the rumors that SoFi was trying to prevent only allowing people with credit cards of LA County buy tickets? I saw some tweets. I saw some pictures.
Yeah.
I heard something about only Californians vaccinated are allowed to go in.
No, I didn't hear that. But I know I saw.
If they do, the NFL will overrule it. The NFL runs the Super Bowl, so. They may
I'm talking about Sunday's game.
In general, if that's the case, I can guarantee the NFL may be doing a quick change of venue for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they will do it, but I guess it'll work the strings.
You're saying Cooper Kupp's only going to get 75 yards.
He said 75. Yeah, so
yeah.
All right, guys. Closing words and the best way to reach you. Let's begin with Jeff.
Oh, there you go. This is my social. You can reach me here anytime, day or night. look forward to and question for Ray in the chat, if the 49ers lose, is he going to disable his Twitter account so certain trolls don't, send them videos and messages all night? Is he going to
We'll find out. Maybe he'll answer a little bit later. Yeah, it says OBJ, I think it's what he says. We'll throw his shirt off and run off the field. That'd be funny, actually.
as long as he does some jumping jacks while he's on the way out.
Doing Antonio Brown deal.
Yeah.
Aaron Bernstein.
Yeah,
you guys can find me.
But OBJ's going to do that celebrating the big victory, though.
Yeah.
Can find me Vet Cloud Gaming over on Twitter and Twitch, YouTube. That's pretty much that's my social media handle, so you can find me anywhere.
And you can add him on Xbox Game Pass too now, apparently.
Gamers. And Kevin Tyree, I know you're not a gamer, but what is the best way to reach you? And any closing words?
Go Dolphins.
I guess after the next 3 weeks, we're gonna be in that lull basketball, and then that's it. That's all we're gonna have.
No. I've already started on the draft, dude. I've already started. I have. I've been starting. I have a quarterback going in the top 10.
Who?
You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to. I will be. I will send. I told Santiago I will send out my top 10.
Yes.
I will send out my. I will send out my top.
See,
I have.
Going to take a receiver.
I have Carolina taking a quarterback.
I would not be surprised if that happens.
I have Carolina taking a quarterback in the first round, in the top 10. Yeah.
I see. I can bet you 10-1 Cincinnati. The Bengals will take a receiver, probably from LSU. I think another one that used to play with Burrow
with
to
their
compliment him
with their 32nd pick. Okay.
What are we talking about?
Maybe.
Oh,
we're talking about the Bengals.
See what
they're gonna win the Super Bowl.
See what I did there? You see what I did there?
I caught that.
What?
Catch me on my email at kevintyree1987@gmail.com.
There you go, going old school with the GML. So, anyways, that is our Championship Sunday prediction. Watch tomorrow, Jersey Boys Sports Talk. Victor is day after his birthday. We'll see what he says. The Giants just hired a new GM, Joe Schoen. They're thinking about keeping Daniel Jones. Quite interesting. We'll have to hear what the boys say. And, of course, no Deshaun Watson. Looks like that's not going to happen. Ryan Poles, the Bears, a lot of general managers moving around. And, of course, our Dolphins are interviewing a lot of coaches. Even the defensive coordinator for the Niners, he's being interviewed. So we'll see what happens. And, of course, the Cowboys still have their coach. So nothing's going to happen there. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, thanks, guys, for coming. Have a good night, and let's enjoy some football.
Appreciate